You know, it's nice to be up here on Manitoulin Island and fishing for rainbow trout and pike. Beautiful rainbow, gorgeous spots. There, that's a nice northern for starters. But can you believe this, that you can catch these gorgeous fish?
Canadian Sport Fishing, brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Sail, the outdoors superstore. Lucky Strike, all you need is a Lucky Strike.
The water is so clear, the rainbows are so healthy. Mulligan, we got a rainbow trout on. You know, this morning we decided to go for northern pike, but because it's overcast, we're taking advantage of casting some of these shorelines for rainbows because the rainbow trout are everywhere in this part of Manitoulin Island. All they've got is a little spoon on there. If he falls off, it's okay. If he doesn't, he's going in the live well. It's a perfect eating size fish. We had rainbow trout last night at the beautiful bayside cabins that we were staying at. Look at that. Isn't that a nice rainbow? So I'm going to put him in the live well, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the spoon that I got this fish on. So these aren't steelhead. It's not like the migratory trout that we have down south that we catch in the rivers. These guys are free swimming out here in Lake Huron and the passage that we're fishing. So I've got water in the live well because I had a feeling that we might get a fish. So I'm going to let that fill up. So what I'm doing, I'm actually using a pike rod, but I've got 20-pound braid, which has a really thin diameter. And the spoon that I've put on here, this is actually called a rainbow spoon, and it's made by Lucky Strike. And the reason I've chosen it, a couple reasons. One, look at the colors. They actually have like a scale finish with pink and green. It's got a gold background and then a red stripe on the back. But the key feature, if you can see, is the curvature. See that nice curve that it has? It gives it a nice wobbling action. If you look also at the gauge, you can see that the gauge is pretty thick. That means that I can cast it far, even though it's only a 1.5 inch spoon. And it's the ideal size for these rainbows. You know, it's nice to be up here on Manitoulin Island and fishing for rainbow trout and pike. And Luke is really the person that was instrumental in getting us up here to experience the fabulous fishing that they have. Now, Luke, this is a little bit different. There are quite a few community here of native people. Tell us a little bit about your community, population, you know, who it's made up of, how long it's been here, and then we'll talk a little bit about the pike fishing, which I'm all excited about.
No problem. Well, Italo, Wikwemikong is the largest First Nation community on Manitoulin Island. The community is made up of the Three Fires Confederacy, a population of Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi people. Wikwemikong, like I said, is the oldest community with, you know, it dates back to pre-European contact. Wikwemikong is more significant for being the unceded territory on Manitoulin Island, which means we have not relinquished title to our land by treaty or otherwise. We're located right here in the Buzwa Bay or 2 O'Clock Bay.
Yes.
What we're going to do is go through the community, one of the satellite communities of Wikwemikong, which is called Rabbit Island, up into Prairie Point, which is this location here. Some excellent pike fishing in some of the summer months. Right now the water level in this area is a little low, Italo, but so what we're going to do is we're going to make our way up through Skulls Point, up through Badgley Island, through the hole in the wall and up into Fraser Bay, into this bay right here.
Wow.
Fraser Bay is known for its monster pike fishing, and we hope to get some tomorrow.
Good. Now, you're not going to drive too fast, right? Because it looks like there's a lot of structure and shoals here, so I got to be able to stick right behind you.
There sure is.
Well, you know, if you love to fish, whether you love to trout fish or pike fish, there's probably other species as well, but that's especially what's good in this whole area. And look at the size of the water here. Very few people come up here to fish. So that's one of the reasons why the fishing is so good. The other one is that there's a lot of respect here for everything, the wildlife, the fish, and so on. So if you'd like to enjoy a wilderness fishing trip without going really far up north, like 1,000 miles, Manitoulin Island is a very special place to come and experience it. You know, I know of no other place in Canada where you can fish shorelines, and we're planning on pike fishing, and we're actually getting these gorgeous rainbows that are very plentiful here. This fish is probably about 2.5 pounds. You know, we're fishing Manitoulin Island, and we're not just fishing anywhere on the island, we're actually fishing out of a community that's very famous for rainbow trout, and I've heard about it over the years. It's called Wikwemikong. And what we're doing, we've actually traveled about 20 minutes by vehicle, and we've launched off a point, and then we ran about 20 minutes to half an hour to get to some of the shorelines and back bays where there's a mix of pike and rainbows like this. But can you believe this? That you can catch these gorgeous fish throughout the day. You can troll for them, or you can cast spoons or other artificial lures like we are. And then when you get tired of catching rainbow trout, you can go and get some big pike. And I hear that the pike that you can get are up to 20 pounds. So I'm looking forward to it. Barb, look at how beautiful and silver that fish is.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to put him in the live well, hon.
Okay.
Naviglue, the ultimate boat shelter system. Sport fishing sweepstakes.
How you catch a sucker is you have to have about 2 or 1 weight on, because you have to go to the bottom, and the kind of bait you have to use is like some catfish bait or just a minnow. How I landed it in is I just start reeling it in. The hook was right in its mouth by the lips, and when it gets close, I grab it by the mouth and then I take at the hooks with a plier.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Naviglue Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. You could win some great prizes.